This episode is brought to you by
JG
Graybill!
Woo! Now enjoy the episode.
Welcome back to All Sports All the Time. Today I am joined by a cabinet bin and a laptop container.
Cabinet bin? A container? That's a case.
Oh, well, whatever. You know what I was trying to get at. But really, the real reason why these are here is because we wanted to surprise you to start off episode 122. So welcome to All Sports All the Time. Luke and Owen, reveal your faces.
Well, it's more about our hair than our faces. Our faces are the same.
Let's go! The big reveal. So,
Yep.
they actually did it.
Is that necessary?
Yes.
They actually did it.
We did.
They bleached their hair,
We're
and
a-
I am so proud.
We're a blonde podcast now.
I was at the football game last night, and
Oh, boy.
boy, did I get a lot of questions about it.
Yeah, what were people saying?
Woo.
Let me hear some comments about it.
I don't know, people, I think it just shocked a
What was
lot
the
of
most
people.
common question?
Yeah.
Why?
And so when you
Fair.
explained it was for Zach Ertz, what did they say after that?
They're like, oh, okay, I get it. Like, that's a good reason to do it.
Yeah, I will be wearing this Zach Ertz jersey
Someone's-
to school on Monday, so it's even
Someone
easier
specifically
explanation.
said, why would you do that? And I'm like, oh, we did for Zach Ertz. And they're like, oh, that's a much better reason than just doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah, like,
I would
that's
agree
a
with that
valid
person.
reason.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because
so-
some people might be like, they're crazy, but then when you explain it,
Yeah.
unless you don't understand football, then you'll be like, yeah,
They're
you're
still
you're
crazy.
really crazy.
Well, the other thing
Like
is,
Tyler.
like, if we were taking bets, hypothetically, on which of us would do something kind of crazy like this, Parker's the one that does this sort of thing.
Yeah.
Luke and I
What do you
are,
mean
like,
by this sort of thing?
Luke and I are the
Something
more, like,
crazy and irrational.
calculated ones.
Yeah.
So it's funny that we would be the ones doing something like this.
True, it is funny.
'Cause- well, although Parker did say that if the Vikings make the Super Bowl, then he'll dye his hair purple. So
Yes. Let's really
Purple.
hope they don't.
it's possible.
I really hope they don't.
There's no way the Vikings are going to make the Super Bowl.
Yeah, zero chance.
I'm calling it. This NFC Championship is going to be.
Well said.
The,
Wow.
the Eagles and the Vikings. I don't know why I couldn't remember.
Again?
Again,
There you go.
but this time.
Eagles Vikings rematch.
We don't have Nick Foles, so we're gonna
Yeah,
lose.
this time
And
the
they don't
Vikings
have
are going to
Case
win
Keenum.
and take it to
True,
the Super
so
Bowl.
they're gonna lose.
And Parker will have purple hair for the Super Bowl.
Case
There you go.
Keenum though got a big dub on Thursday.
Speaking of that Vikings 2017 championship game, yeah, the Browns are looking decent despite half their team being hurt. They look like the Eagles of the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Where it's just like half the team is injured.
True. True. It's very annoying
But
when
it's-
that happens.
It is. Why do people always have to get hurt so much playing football? What's
I
wrong with
guarantee
these
you their
guys?
whole medical staff is
Goodness.
just gonna be fired, just like the Eagles was. Just bad. Just really bad. At least
Strange prediction, but okay.
Nobody's pulled a hamstring or whatever. Like at least like Tyrod Taylor punctured his hamstring or his lung or whatever.
How does one puncture their hamstring?
just
That sounds
take a
painful.
pencil and just puncture the skin like a shot.
Yeah, I don't think any of the Browns have punctured their lungs, which I guess is good. Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. Good for you, Browns. Nobody.
But Dearness
was hurt
Johnson
that
was
badly.
looking nice.
Yes. Yeah, I really wanted to pick him up in fantasy and didn't get him. But I did get Jimmy Garoppolo, so
Jimmy.
we're fine. I wanted to start off this episode with focusing on the NBA because last week we did our predictions. We laughed at how Luke had the Raptors being the 2 seed, all that stuff.
Because they're amazing.
But
Have you not seen how they've played this year?
aren't they 0-1?
Yes, they're 0-1.
Hey, every great team starts 0-1.
Is that true?
Yes.
The Sixers started 1-0.
Yeah.
Well,
The
then they're
Bucks
not
started
great.
1-0.
Then they're not
The
great.
Miami Heat started 1-0.
Well, then they're not great.
This is
The
this is
Heat
a
beat
bit
the
of a
Bucks
problem.
by
The Warriors started
35.
1-0.
And this is why the Heat are going to be so highly ranked this year.
All right. Well, yeah, we focused a lot on Luke and his fun predictions, me and Parker's predictions, but we didn't really let Parker share his actual expertise
Yes.
on basketball. So I'm just gonna give you a few storylines.
Okay.
And I want to have you talk about them since you're the basketball guy, and we didn't really get into those
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
a ton this year. So one of the most interesting things this year in the NBA is the Lakers. They've got a ridiculously old team, and I just think that it's fascinating how all of these guys are probably past their primes.
Yes.
And yet we still expect them to be a really good team.
Yeah, well, same thing for me. Like, I don't understand it because everybody's like, oh, they signed all these big names. But all these big names are, like, from the class of 2003. They're all kind of old. And they don't have great shooters around LeBron.
Yeah.
In the past, on the Cavs and stuff, they surrounded LeBron with good shooters and let him go to work pretty much, and then he can dish it out to the shooters, knock down shots. This year they don't have that, and when they signed Russell Westbrook, I was skeptical because his play style is not just a catch and shoot 3 guy. So yeah, it's very concerning, and they've started off the season slow. They just lost the Suns last night. I was watching that game, and they looked really bad on offense and on defense. And the Suns were getting on transition. They were faster. They looked younger. Like the Lakers just looked slower. And that's probably because of their age. The game is getting even faster as all these AAU guys go into the league. We saw Jalen Green's like almost done.
Ooh.
Like that's gonna get more and more popular because it's happening in high school. Like these AAU guys are just absurd. So as that goes into the league, these older guys are gonna have a tough time keeping up. And yeah, the Lakers concern me.
The Lakers are gonna start sinking in the lake. They already have started sinking. They're gonna continue sinking. And the lake and the Loch Ness Monster is gonna consume them.
I mean, I would say they're fringe playoffs. Like LeBron isn't gonna carry a team an entire season. He might carry them for a series in the playoffs still, but he's not gonna carry them to a championship with those guys surrounding him. If he was in his prime, that's a different story. But right now, I doubt it.
Okay. The Knicks actually have playoff expectations this year for the first time in a long time. One of the better teams they've had in the last decade, maybe even 2 decades.
Double decade.
25 years.
How interested are you in the Knicks this year?
I'm very interested in the Knicks. I think R.J. Barrett is very underrated. Like, I think he's
agreed.
A very good player. And I think just overall their roster construction is very suitable for the modern NBA. They've got a lot of guys that they can change in and out, and I like it a lot. So Julius Randle, even though he's more of a Jimmy Butler type, he's still like a beast. And if they can just get these young guys like Obi Toppin was in there for a while, Quigley, all these young guys coming in, they can be really good. So I think that they're definitely going to make the playoffs. I don't know how far they'll go. I'm not confident in them making it out of the first round.
They're the Knicks.
They're the Knicks. But I could see them going to the second round of the playoffs. And they're 2-0 right now, so that's a good sign.
Yeah. Is Zion fat?
Kind of, yeah. So, a little bit. I think obviously people always blow this out of proportion. It happened to Luka last season. There's a little bit of, like, if you haven't been playing a ton all off season, playing a real basketball game, I know from experience, is a lot different than just scrimmaging or practice. So you really need to put yourself in those game-like situations often, and when you're tired and out of breath, it can happen really, really easily. So, yeah, he's probably just a little out of shape, and he's just a big guy to begin with, so people kind of like see that and they blow it out of proportion. But, yeah, I would say he just needs to get in a little bit better shape.
Last one. I think it's been really underappreciated this year, just how insane it is that the two of the top 3 teams in the Eastern Conference are without their second best player for an unknown amount of time. I haven't researched it, but there's no way that that's ever happened before. And we've been talking about it a lot, but it's just, when you put it in context, it's really insane that the Nets and the Sixers are both without their number 2 for an extended amount of time.
There's
you can debate
the top 3 team, the Bucks. Drew Holiday is also gone
for
an
how long?
Extended amount of time.
Then that's what happened to Drew Holiday.
He got hurt.
Oh wow! All right, so the top 3 teams in the East have lost their number 2, and are still the top 3 teams in the East.
But everybody is projecting them to be the top 3.
Yes.
That opens the door for
Yeah.
a lot of other teams. So with that, I could see other teams coming in like the Bulls. The Hornets are 2-0 right now. There's just other teams that could, like the Celtics or the Heat, that could get up there into those top 3 spots to start the season.
The Rockets.
The Rockets are not going to be.
Yep, they're going to really move up in the Eastern Conference standings.
Yeah, I know, right? They're gonna pass all those teams.
No.
But so that means the East
a
is
good
gonna
shot.
be wide open
Yeah, I
right
picked
now.
up on it though.
Like if you look at the standings, Knicks, Bulls, Wizards,
Well, okay, the
Hornets.
standings after 2 games.
Knicks, Bulls, Wizards, and Hornets are the top.
The
4
Wizards
teams.
are not going to be
The Wizards.
in the playoffs.
The Wizards are 2-0.
There's no way.
And
Even
then,
I know that they won't be.
Yeah, and the Hawks. The Hawks are gonna be really good this year. Like, and Dante
Hawks are
DiVincenzo
undefeated.
is also out for the Bucks right now. So the
Mhm.
Bucks, they're hurting.
I mean, Dante DiVincenzo was out in the playoffs, and the
Yeah.
Bucks won the whole thing.
I know,
But-
but
Yeah, I get your
imagine
point.
how good they could be.
Yes. Last week we discussed our regular season predictions, but we did not do our Eastern Conference and Western Conference finals and our finals predictions. So, Luke, do you want to start us off with your Eastern Conference
Yeah.
finals prediction? Honestly, I'm hoping that the Raptors are involved in this.
Me too.
Just to see if they can go all the way.
I will
but-
pay you.
Okay, so does that mean I pick?
Wait.
I was gonna say $15.
Okay, so does this mean I pick 2 teams from the East?
Yes, the top 2 teams in the East who will face off, and the winner goes to the finals.
To the finals.
It's gonna be Bucks Sixers.
Okay,
I
Sixers?
hope it is Bucks Sixers.
that would be nice as Sixers fans, just making it to the Eastern Conference
That's what
finals.
it's gonna be.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Okay.
happen. I know it is.
I like it.
I would love that.
Yeah, Parker, what do you got in the
Okay.
East?
Oh, okay. So I was gonna go. Okay, so my top 2 seeds are Bucks and Hawks, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't want to go 1-2, but
I didn't go 1-2.
I think I'm gonna go 1-2 in my standings.
Bucks, Hawks.
Bucks Hawks. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
My number 2 is the Raptors, but I don't think they're gonna make it to the finals. They're gonna
You're
lose.
doubting your Raptors.
No,
Really?
the Raptors are gonna.
But if they're
Be
at that
great.
point, if they're the number 2 seed in the East, like they're
Upsets happen.
Yeah, it's gonna be an upset, Parker.
Sixers were the 1 seed last year.
gonna. True. That's true.
And speaking of the Hawks, they beat them. My Eastern Conference Finals is unfortunately also Bucks Sixers. So I don't know how I feel about the fact that I'm aligned with Luke. But we'll see. We'll see. I also have Bucks Sixers mainly because I believe Daryl Morey will be able to trade Ben
Control
Simmons
the Simmons
for
saga.
some.
He
Yeah,
said
I
he's-
trust Daryl Morey. That's basically all that's saying.
This could go on for 4 years.
I'm banking on, as Sixers fans, we are also huge fans of anyone who's playing the Portland Trailblazers. We want the Portland Trailblazers to be an absolute dumpster fire this year.
Yeah.
So that Damian Lillard wants out.
Yes.
We're rooting for 2
They're
teams.
0-2
basically.
right now. They're 0-2.
Yeah. Yes.
Let's go.
Great start.
Great start.
We need the Trailblazers to be terrible.
Yeah.
So those are the 2 things I'm rooting for
I
this
have a
year.
question. So obviously, like the Eagles, like rivals are the Cowboys, right? Like we don't like the Cowboys. Is there anybody like that for the Sixers?
The Celtics
Yeah.
is probably the closest comparison.
Yeah,
There's
the Heat
there's
a little
nothing
bit.
quite like. There's nothing quite like
Yeah.
the Cowboys, but I would say Celtics.
In the NBA, conferences and divisions aren't really like the NBA has divisions, but nobody cares
But
about
nobody
them at
cares
all.
about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's not like those teams that you play more or like that much
Kind of
more
like the
than other
MLB a little
teams.
bit, like
Yeah,
where
the
they're-
MLB even has it more than the NBA, but yeah,
Like I feel like the Phillies don't have any like rivals. It's just
The
like the
Mets.
Mets, the Braves, the people in the East.
yeah, it's definitely football has the best rivalries. Baseball is a step down. Basketball is way down there. There's not. Yeah, who are
I think
Sixers'
hockey-
top
I think
3
hockey
rivals
has
are
some pretty
probably
good rivalries. I think
hockey is good
definitely
because
has
in
some
hockey
rivalries.
they play like
Mhm.
4 teams
And then they fight
again
each
and
other
again
a
and
lot.
again and again. Yeah,
and they're actually allowed to punch each other.
Yeah, and then they
Let's-
go and body smack them.
I want to think. Let's make a list here real quick. Who are the Sixers' top 3 rivals?
The Celtics, I would say, is 1.
I would say the Heat
The
are
Heat are
probably
probably 2.
in there. Maybe the Nets. Jared Dudley was really annoying in that one
True.
series. but like that was a one-time thing where we were annoyed with the Nets.
I would say right
But-
now the Nets, but there's not like
Yeah.
giant. I would say Celtics is definitely one though.
Mhm.
Celtics, Heat,
Celtics.
Nets. Because right now those
Sure.
are the
We'll go with that.
competitors.
Yeah.
And nobody really hates the Bucks
No.
because they're from
we're fine with
Milwaukee.
The Bucks.
Who
Yeah.
cares about? Like
They're
nobody
too nice.
Yeah, exactly. Like Toronto Raptors. Nobody hates the Raptors.
Mhm.
They're just bad.
Yeah.
Nobody hates them.
Well,
They remember when they used to be good?
I was
Like,
gonna say
that one time.
let's avoid that 1 year. You
That
know,
1 year.
the
There's
year the
gonna be another
Sixers
1
were
year
at their
this year.
peak. But okay,
Yeah,
whatever.
that is dumbest year
that-
ever.
let's
Okay,
move on.
actually, the Toronto. I hate Toronto.
No.
I,
Western Conference.
Don't remind me about that.
You brought it up.
That was the worst moment in sports history.
Luke, Western Conference
Ooh.
Finals. What you got? He's stroking his chin, which really concerns me.
Yeah, that's a very concerning position.
Not a good sign.
Suns, Mavs.
Ooh, Mavericks.
Mavericks up
Okay.
there.
That's a nice. The Mavericks are a young rising team, so I could.
I could
I could see
it.
that.
I could see that.
My boy's Mark is going to lead him to a victory.
Mark Cuban.
How,
I like him. He's a serial entrepreneur. Do you know what that means? He's like a
he's
crazy.
like a,
entrepreneur.
yeah.
He just like does so many different startups and stuff. Anyway,
Who do you have in the West?
I have. So the Jazz are up there, right? They're my 1 seed.
Mhm.
No, false.
Wow.
Suns, Warriors.
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 You have them as your 6th seed.
Yep, Suns, Warriors.
Also,
Yeah.
last week you said the Suns are a one-hit wonder.
Well, they're not anymore. I watched them play one game, and that changed my mind.
Okay.
Because they looked
I
really
went
good
2-3,
last
and
night.
I thought that was going out on a limb. And Parker's over here going 2-6.
Wow.
Yep.
Or
It is.
Suns your number 2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
Jazzer is 1 seed. He has them
Same.
getting knocked out. Wow. That's okay. I will insert the clip of you telling me that the Suns are a one-hit wonder when I picked them to be my 1 seed. Speaking of the Suns being my 1 seed, they advanced to the Western Conference Finals for me as well, and they faced the Denver Nuggets in one of the less exciting Western Conference Finals you'll ever see.
Yeah, my response was telling. I went,
Suns Nuggets.
Suns,
Phoenix versus
Nuggets.
Denver.
I can't think
Super
of the Denver
exciting.
Nuggets without thinking of like McDonald's or something like that.
No, you know it's
I
the
think it's
best
like
thing
Nuggets
ever.
of gold.
Yeah, I know, but like I just
You know
chicken
what's the
nuggets
best
is
thing
what
ever?
comes to mind.
I got chicken nuggets in Denver.
Wow.
Yep, thank you.
Did you
Thank
have you seen the sun in Phoenix?
No, because I haven't been to Phoenix, but and
Bucket
also
list.
Have you seen the number 76 in
no,
Philadelphia?
I saw a 76-year-old though.
There you go. That's
I
what?
said that like a 5-year-old, like a little kid, like a 3-year-old. Like look at that 3-year-old. No, I saw a 76-year-old
in Philly. Wow.
in Philly. Yep.
That's all right. Did you see a net in Brooklyn?
No.
Okay, I'll stop. That's not... All right.
I saw a wait, guys. Hey, let's play a game. I'm
No,
gonna
let's
time you.
not.
Real
No.
impromptu game. It'll
What?
take almost no time.
Okay.
Name all of the teams in football that don't end in an S.
There are none.
False.
There's one that doesn't end in an S.
No, you have to name it, and I'll stop the timer.
Name the team that
You have-
doesn't end in an
No,
S.
there could be multiple teams.
The
I
football
don't think.
team.
Oh, there you go.
Done. That was the
That's the
only
only one.
team.
I've seen that. I've
Nice.
seen that. I've seen
Nice.
that. And I first. Yeah, for a
14
second I thought
seconds.
there was none, and
There you
then
go.
I'm like, oh,
I,
it's football
I,
team.
I made it seem like there was only one. I should have like.
Well, there's not that many.
I
so,
know.
like,
Well, I was
Well,
thinking about it in
I've
my
also
head.
seen that before.
Cowboys, Eagles,
Yeah.
Bucks, or no, Vikings,
literally everybody.
Browns, everything.
Yeah, no, I've seen that before. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Anyway, where were we heading?
Who's advancing to the finals for you guys?
Oh,
We already
okay.
said that.
No, we didn't.
No, the like NBA finals.
I'll go first.
This is Eastern and Western. What's
Suns,
your finals matchup?
Hawks. The Hawks
Mm.
are interchangeably getting there.
Okay.
Suns, Hawks.
We're going
Hawks.
with the double
Ugh.
Hawks.
We're going with the double S. It's
Like
gonna be
that.
Suns Sixers.
Suns
Suns,
Sixers. I like that.
I like.
Alright.
I do. I like that too.
Well, I wasn't sure up until now who was going to advance for me out of the East, Bucks or Sixers. But because Luke said the Sixers, I'll take the Bucks. It's a Suns Bucks rematch. Nobody really was pumped about that last year because it didn't have much storylines because it was two teams that had never really been relevant before. But now, second time, people are going to be interested because now you got the storylines of rematch.
The dynasty.
Chris Paul still trying to win his
Giannis
first
the
title.
Greek Freak.
Yeah. So people are going to be
55
more
points.
interested this year when they...
Yeah, Chris
for
Paul.
part 2.
Chris Paul is good. He's really good.
You heard it here first. That's
Paul
the
is
type of
good.
analysis you get here on All Sports All the Time. Chris Paul, that guy's pretty good. Been in the league for like 15 years. Just now realized he's pretty good. Parker and Luke are facing off in fantasy football this week, and it's a
We
huge
didn't
matchup.
say who's winning the finals. Are we not doing that?
Yeah. Are we?
Oh, we probably should do that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Luke, do you want to... Who wins Suns Sixers? He's not stroking
All right,
his chin.
he's trying
So
to
this-
decide between his gut and his heart. That's what's happening.
That's
Yeah,
always-
that's literally what's happening.
That's
I
always what
think I gotta
happens
go with the
Luke.
Suns. I mean,
Always.
like I love the Sixers, but I think ultimately the sun is gonna shine.
Chris Paul finally gets a ring.
I would actually, I really want Chris Paul to get a ring, so I wouldn't be mad with that. Actually, I would
Even
be,
if they beat
I would
the
be
Sixers?
devastated. Never mind. If that happened, that
If they
scenario,
beat the
I'd be
Sixers?
devastated.
That's like we say, yeah, the Eagles made it to the Super Bowl, but
But
then they lost. Like that's okay.
But then they lost.
Because I really want Patrick Mahomes to get another ring.
Well, no,
Like,
it would have
that's
to
not
be a
what I'm
guy
saying.
who's never won.
Josh Allen. I
You're
want
like,
Josh
yeah.
Allen to get a ring.
No, but he
deserves
hasn't
one.
been in the league for 15 years.
Yeah, exactly.
It's more of like a Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
If Fitzy made it to the Super Bowl.
Derek Carr,
that would
maybe.
be legendary. Derek
He's,
Carr,
yeah.
nobody cares
He's
about
been
him.
in the league for a while, but
Carr's-
he's not.
They're getting old.
All the guys that have been in the league for a really long time as quarterbacks have won. One.
Not Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, he's won two.
No, he's won more than two. One is what I was gonna say, but he's
Jared
Whatever.
Goff.
Anyway,
he
Jared.
hasn't won one though.
Okay. Anyway,
I'm
who
right.
do you have winning the finals?
No, you go first. I have to think about mine.
I am taking the Bucks for a second year in a row. Bucks beat the Suns
Interesting.
2 years straight.
So I have Suns Hawks, right? And this is like I could see literally.
I would
either
hate
team
it if
win.
the Hawks won the finals. That would be so annoying because they, at the beginning of the Sixers process, the Hawks were good, and then the Hawks went through a rebuild faster than us, and then if they won before we even made it, that would be so annoying.
I'm gonna go Hawks
Wow.
over the Suns. Chris Paul
The
does
Hawks
not get
winning
his
it
ring.
all.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, I would be very frustrated
Me
by
too.
that.
That would
But
be
Georgia
frustrating.
is a good city, so
Atlanta.
I guess. Yeah.
Georgia's a state.
So you
that's
have-
what I meant. Atlanta, yeah, that's where the Hawks are. Atlanta.
You have Atlanta finally winning a championship.
Yes.
They haven't won a championship in a long time.
Yes.
The Atlanta Braves are trying to make it to the World Series. They were up 3-1 in the NLCS
Yeah.
on the Dodgers. Sound familiar? That's exactly what happened last year in the NLCS. And by the time this comes out on Monday, it will either be tied 3-3 and Game 7 will be tonight, or the Braves have advanced to play the Astros in the World Series. And it's just going to be hilarious if Atlanta blows a 3-1 lead again.
And
I
Right?
know.
the Atlanta Falcons are making their Super Bowl run. Like,
Cordell Patterson is insane. Mercedes.
Not really where I was going with that, but okay.
and
Sure.
the Atlanta.
Sure.
Speaking of
Does
Cordell
hockey have an
Patterson,
Atlanta team?
my fantasy football team is repeating what it did last year. That means that
Atlanta.
I'm gonna win the
The
championship.
Blackhawks. Where are the Blackhawks?
All you
out
did
of?
was go 500. That's
Exactly.
Are the
You're
Blackhawks out of
repeating that?
Atlanta?
Uh-huh.
no. The Blackhawks are Chicago.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Does Atlanta have a hockey team? I don't think they do.
Mm-mm. The Calgary Flames.
Wow, there you go. That was helpful.
The Thrashers.
That's definitely not a professional team.
No.
The Thrash.
Not at all.
Oh, I thought that's a mascot. Trash.
Their
So-
mascot's name is Thrash.
Wow.
What does that even? Okay, that's
Me
that's
and
bad.
Luke are facing
Yes.
off in fantasy.
This is a huge primed. If fantasy games were set up like the NFL schedule, this would be a prime time Sunday night game.
Exactly. And the game won't be
Yeah,
decided.
the Thrashers are an NHL affiliate. They're
What?
NHL.
NHL affiliate.
No.
Are they
Atlanta
like a
was
minor league?
granted a franchise in the National Hockey League on June 25th, 1997.
Oh, they turned into the Winnipeg Jets in 2011.
Yeah. Mm.
That's what it was.
Our game
okay. I was
won't
like,
be
this-
decided until Monday night because I have Alvin Kamara and Tyler Lockett playing Monday night. So that's my
Ooh, down to
two
the
biggest
wire.
players almost playing Monday night.
I think my hope is going to come from Hunter Renfrow and Darren Waller just walking all over the Eagles.
And
I would rather that not happen.
I really hope that
but-
doesn't happen. I hope the Eagles defense really steps up this week.
Their secondary has
You know,
been
Robert
fantastic,
Woods-
which we're not used to at
You
all
know,
as Eagles
Robert
fans.
Woods
Yeah.
with Matthew Stafford is playing against Detroit. Matthew Stafford's old team that he probably hates.
They're like
So, you know,
15-point favorites.
I need Robert Woods to go off.
We have a lot on the line in that Eagles game because I have Devontae Smith playing,
Yeah.
and you
And
have Brent
Chuba
Waller.
against the Giants. The Giants suck.
Mhm.
So Chuba could get a lot against the Giants, which could be good.
Oh yeah, I really.
Who's
hope-
projected? Oh, it's literally 50-50.
It's no,
Literally
it's
50-50.
our projection is 209 to 207.
Yeah.
Luke technically projected to win.
That
That
means nothing.
Very-
That means nothing.
That is
Very
such
close.
a close projection that
Very
like,
close.
And I could
Yes.
literally, if I wanted, just pick up Daniel Jones, and I would
But
be projected higher.
Why would you ever do that?
Exactly.
Who would do that?
Yeah,
Such a
exactly.
thing.
Project-
That's why I'm
Projections mean
saying
nothing.
projections mean nothing.
Well,
I've learned that
okay.
because the first 4 weeks,
They mean a little bit.
the first 4 weeks, I was projected higher and higher each week, and I lost every single one of those weeks.
And now when you're projected lower, you're winning.
How does that work?
no, I was projected higher the 2 weeks that I won too.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But like the first 4 weeks, it was bad.
All right. In the Atlantic League, we started covering it very briefly this year, and we, knowing absolutely nothing, made predictions at the beginning of the Atlantic League season. And Parker and I were like, "Oh, hey, there's this new team, Lexington Legends. That's a pretty dumb name."
That is
Looked at their
dumb.
logo; it's like a lumberjack guy. We were like, "Pfft, they're not going to be good."
Yeah.
Luke came in the next week, and he's like, "Guys, I'm backing the Lexington Legends. I'm all in." And also, Parker picked the Long Island Ducks to finish dead last in their division, saying, quote, "Long Island, more like Short Peninsula for all I care," in one of the best lines of the year. Just absolutely destroyed them. It was the Legends versus the Ducks in the championship, because of course. And the Lexington Legends won the Atlantic League. Just, Luke, do you have a few words about your favorite
I'm
team?
so emotional. I mean, these guys, I've been with them from start to end. I mean, these guys have put in so much work. They've done so much for their franchise. They stepped it up, and they got a ring. They got the ring for their new and up-and-coming franchise. It's gonna be Tom Brady and the Patriots. They're gonna win the next, 17 years worth of rings. So you keep it going, guys.
All right,
I'm
we'll have
paid.
to check back on that prediction 17 years in the
I
future.
guess, yeah.
I'll
We'll be in our 30s.
34.
Yeah.
Double my lifespan.
One might say that the guys on
Your
that
life-
team became real
life-
legends after that win.
Wow. Ha ha.
Made a legendary performance.
Man, I don't know if I can Lexington about that.
What word are you trying to replace?
I wasn't trying to replace a word.
Just what
I
does
just
Lexington
used
mean?
Lexington as an adjective. Which I use it as a noun. I don't know.
Are we in too many fantasy leagues?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, should we count?
Well, we might have different numbers, but across the sports,
Across the sports.
I think we're in too many
I
fantasy
forgot
leagues.
to draft. I really wanted to draft McGregor.
We were very clear that McGregor.
Yeah.
You mean
Connor
McDavid?
McGregor.
Connor McDavid?
Yeah,
Yeah.
McDavid.
Across fantasy leagues?
Why
I'm
did
in
I
10
draft?
fantasy leagues.
Why did I draft this guy that's on IR?
I don't know. You auto drafted him.
Bandage my eye.
Yeah,
Sidney Crosby.
I
I
He's
have
good.
4 guys on IR.
Sidney Crosby is good.
I
have
drafted
4
Connor
guys
McDavid
on
because I had the first pick.
Yeah.
Lucky.
So you wouldn't have even if you were in the draft, you wouldn't be able to get him.
I have 4 guys that are on IR.
Luke was very clear that the draft was at 3:00 on Friday,
You gotta be kidding
and
me.
you were not in the hockey draft.
4 guys on
So,
IR.
What-
I don't-
okay,
I had
know
work.
what
I
you're-
was at work.
Okay.
That's not fair.
You
Yeah.
should have said that you weren't able to do it. I texted and
Yeah.
said it's 3:00 work, and the only people that answered were like, sure. So I would have moved it, but you didn't answer.
It's not fair. It's not fair. I
How?
drafted 4 guys that are on
I
IR.
gave you the perfect opportunity to say that
Oh,
it didn't
my
work for
word.
you.
So yeah, Luke created Fantasy Hockey League. We're in that. We don't know any really of the
All right,
players.
at least
I
we
have
don't
Claude Giroux. Let's go.
There was nice.
I've got 2 flyers on my team.
My entire draft strategy was I made sure to get At least 2. I got 3 Flyers players, I think. And I took 2 goalies with my first 2 picks, which I think is a bold
What's the
strategy,
difference
but I have
between
no
P
idea.
And S?
What?
It says P and it says S.
I'm looking at these
Where
guys.
does it say P?
Look.
Oh, I think the S means they're starting.
Look at my team. Look at my
I
team.
don't know what the P
My
means.
team's
though.
really solid. Look, you got an average of 1.2,
This is
2.2, 1.7, baby. 2.1, 1.5. My team's crazy. We're going off. 2.4,
oh my word.
2.1.
This is great podcast content.
1.
Parker listing his average scores of his players.
2.
I think it's similar to
so
baseball
sad.
where they're not scoring like a ton of points every week, but like it builds up because
yeah.
hockey plays a lot of games.
Yes.
Like
I also love that you look at your fantasy hockey roster and you have to scroll down to see other positions because if you just leave it at the top, it is 8 forwards.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
then you have to scroll to see everybody else. So I guess forward is a pretty popular position. We're going to learn a lot about hockey players this year, I guess. And then we're in 2 fantasy basketball leagues because we have our one that's like very casual. So casual that Parker has missed the draft both years. Are you noticing in our fantasy leagues a bit of a theme here of Parker missing the draft?
That's
yeah,
not
you're
true.
catching on.
Whenever there's money on the line, I'm in my
We
prime.
could have put money on the line, but nobody. Anyway, so then we created another fantasy basketball league.
Yes.
And Parker
And I did draft my
was
team.
in the draft for that.
Mm-hmm.
My
my
team
team
is
is-
still better anyway. But you know,
no, it is not.
Parker and I are playing each other. I think week 1 in that league actually. Although it hasn't started. I think because we drafted for that league after the season had started, so I think it's a bit delayed. So Parker and I might not play each other. I don't know how that
I
works.
drafted Giannis with the first pick and then
in one of our leagues.
in one of the leagues I drafted Giannis with the first pick and then
Yeah.
just like auto drafted. I did the same thing with this league.
Yeah.
Drafted Luka with my first pick.
Also, in
Yeah.
our fantasy hockey league, Luke is the commissioner, and somehow one member of the league has 2 teams. So good
Yeah.
luck dealing with that, Luke.
I don't know how to fix that.
Somehow he is
I don't even know-
controlling
I didn't even
2
know
of
that
the
it was
6 teams
possible.
in the league. He's controlling 33% of the league.
Oh, here, I can remove managers.
Yes.
Which title do I remove? Which
Ask
one,
Ethan
But I don't
which
know,
team he
I
prefers.
don't know the difference. They both say Ethan Keitel, Team Keitel, so I just have to remove one of them and hope that I remove the right one. Let me look and
That's
see
a
which
risky
team's
game.
better.
That is risky.
Yeah, well, we don't know which team is better. Just ask Ethan which
You
team
have
he
50
prefers.
50%
This one has
chance of
Ovechkin.
success. Okay, I will say,
Just
my
ask Ethan.
my team is
Well,
built
but I don't
for
know.
the
It's going to
long
be
haul
a total
in this
long
league.
shot.
It's built for the long haul because Zion and
50-50
Kate Cunningham
shot.
are out right now. But when they're back,
I think this team
They
is
will be
better,
back
but I
with
don't
a
really know what I'm
vengeance.
talking about.
do you want to see my team from this league, the
We're-
Money League?
We're just gonna be going over your fantasy roster the whole time.
All right, grade this out of 10.
Meanie,
Damian
Meanie,
Lillard,
Mighty
Shai
Mo,
Gilgeous
Patrick,
Alexander,
Tiger,
Tobias
Tiger,
Harris,
Tiger,
Jason
Tiger,
Tatum,
Tiger,
Bam
Tiger,
Adebayo,
Tiger,
Zach
Tiger,
Levine, Draymond Green, Kate Cunningham, Jared Allen,
I just
Thaddeus
removed him.
Young, Jalen Suggs, PJ Washington, Joe Ingles.
How many teams are in this league?
8.
8.
What?
That's a good team.
Thank you.
Why is it
Although the
still
guy
up
I'm
there, I
playing is-
literally just hit remove.
Luke's still trying to figure out
I hit remove.
how to remove
Oh,
Ethan.
no,
Yeah,
it's still Team
named
Keitel.
that.
It just doesn't have a
Yeah,
manager.
it has no manager.
Am I able to add a manager?
That's gonna be the fun part. You should probably try to invite somebody to try to fill it in.
Let me see if
I don't know.
Connor-
Good luck
I'll
with
talk
that.
to Connor later.
You can work on that now if you want.
No, I'll talk to Connor later.
let's
We
talk
don't
about-
need to do any of this right now.
Let's talk about the baseball playoffs briefly. The Astros advanced to the World Series. We already talked about.
Why are they always good?
Because Jose Altuve cheated again.
Yeah, he cheated.
No, because
don't
they
always
drafted,
cheat?
they
Don't
tanked, and then they drafted insanely well.
Yeah, but I still have a theory that Jose Altuve cheated again.
What is this? Please tell us about this theory.
Oh, his face, it just looks like he's a cheater.
It's a great theory. You've got Adam Thielen, not a good wide receiver because he just looks weird.
And Adam Thielen
And
has been
Jose
really
Altuve
good.
has the face of a cheater.
Yeah.
That's
Who else? There was
That's
something
great
else
analysis.
I thought of this week.
you sound like Stephen A. And
I mean, I guess that's good.
There was
Yeah.
something else I thought about this week that was like another person that looked weird that I like. That's why they're not good.
New segment: Luke's theories about people who look weird. Just let us know if you think about that.
Yeah.
And then Braves Dodgers we discussed is a very fun series. So let's go to Parker's picks versus Paglia's picks. Parker-
I love this right now because I'm doing real well.
Parker is killing it.
After a bad week 1, I
Yeah.
have bounced back,
Yes.
and me
We've
and Luke
been-
are tied. But
Yeah, after that week 1, we've been neck and neck pretty much all season.
They are tied at records of 64 and 31,
Yes, sir.
which is very good. If you have twice as many wins as you do losses, I'd say that's solid.
I'd say that's solid as well.
It's almost as solid as The Rock.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
My cousin got a poster signed by Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
What?
Sent from Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
That's cool.
What?
How'd they
How?
manage that?
For
A
school.
school project?
Yeah, they had to write a letter to like a celebrity, and so she wrote a letter to The Rock, and he sent
Nice.
back a signed poster.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
So
I should do that.
apparently, yeah, I don't know if that's specific to him, but apparently you can do that. He was probably shocked that somebody wrote him a letter, because who's
Yeah.
writing letters
Yeah,
nowadays?
true,
Yeah.
true. He's
So
like,
that
I
might
need to
have been
respond to this.
Yeah.
Booker, why don't you start us off this week?
Okay. All right. So we'll start with the Green Bay Packers versus the Washington
Okay,
Football Team.
you just all you need to do is say who you have winning.
Oh, Packers.
Yeah, I have the Packers as well.
Okay.
You could say the matchup if it's close.
Chiefs Titans. This is going to be a good game
It's gonna be a great game.
because the Chiefs have looked terrible,
Not
Yeah.
terrible. Their defenses look
their
terrible.
defenses looked
Their offense
horrible.
has looked just as good as
and the Titans just beat the Ravens or something.
Yeah.
the Bills.
Bills.
Oh,
yeah,
so-
that's what I meant.
Off to
Bills.
a hot
thing.
start
Wait,
here.
no. But the
Essentially.
Titans beat the Bills beat the Chiefs, therefore the Titans lose to the Chiefs. Simple logic. Chiefs win.
Yeah, I had the Chiefs winning as well. I just had to say it. I mean,
But if the Chiefs loses, they go 3-4. Oof, that's a rough way to start the season.
Yeah, I think I had the Chiefs going 14-3. So
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. They've lost so many games already. The Falcons Dolphins. I picked the Falcons.
I have the Falcons as well.
Okay, Jets Patriots. I picked the Patriots.
Same here,
Panthers Giants. I picked the Panthers.
as well as I.
Bengals Ravens. I picked the Bengals.
Same.
You're
Let's
joking.
go.
I picked the Bengals.
wow, we all
Dang
picked
it,
the
we all picked
Bengals.
the upset.
What?
I was talking with my one coworker at work who's a huge Ravens fan. He's like, "This is not going to be it. We are going to lose to the Bengals this week." I'm like,
Wow.
I'll take that advice."
We all picked the Bengals to
Wow.
upset the Ravens.
And literally 87% picked the Ravens.
in our pick'em league, yeah, I think the Ravens are like a touchdown favorite
Yeah.
against the spread. So wow, interesting.
We really
That was-
believe
that
in
was kinda
Joe
crazy.
Burrow, but hey.
Yes.
I'm going to carry us to victory. Do I look like him anymore with the hair?
Blonde hair? I don't know.
I kind of went away a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's a good thing.
If Joe Burrow dyed his hair blonde, he would look like you.
Yeah, he would look like you.
You got to reach out, try and get Joe to dye his hair.
Uh-huh. That would go well.
Eagles Raiders. I picked the Raiders.
I picked the Eagles.
Oh, of course you did, Luke.
Let's go.
He
I
said
think-
he would pick the Eagles against everybody except for the Chiefs. So
Yeah.
Well, that's not true. I picked
the
the
Bucks.
Bucks against the Eagles. But I don't know. I feel like the Eagles have been I feel like they're starting to fall into a groove. I don't know if they've fallen into it yet, but I feel like they will start winning more as the
See, I
season
feel like
goes
they're
on.
gonna groove is gonna come this week.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll get a lucky win here.
Okay, all right.
sure.
Hopefully. So we have one different game. The Rams Lions. I picked the Rams.
Same.
These games are like not close.
Yeah.
Cardinals Texans Cardinals.
Yep.
I would like to point out real quick, Parker mocked me at the beginning of the year for picking the Cardinals
No,
to go
you-
9-8 and finish third in the NFC West, because what a ridiculous prediction that they would finish third. They're obviously going to finish last, he said.
I didn't
The
mock
Seahawks
you.
are going to be so much better
No.
than 8 and 9, he said.
I can't account for injuries. That's not fair.
I was not
But even
accounting for
before
injuries
injuries, the
necessarily.
Seahawks weren't as good
There
as
was,
the Cardinals.
how ridiculous that the Seahawks would finish last in the NFC West, Owen. What a terrible pick. Just saying. I mean, not that my pick was perfect. I had them going 9-8. They're 3 wins away from 9, but just wanted to point that out. Continue.
Okay, whatever. Bucks Bears. I picked the Bucks.
I picked the Bucks.
Colts 49ers. I
Good
picked
game.
the Colts.
I picked the Niners.
Hey,
There we go,
there's
there
our
we go, we got a
different
different
game.
one.
I feel like that one will be an even matchup.
That'll be even.
That'll be a good
Yeah.
game.
Like that'll be a real good game. And the Saints Seahawks. I picked the Saints.
As well as I.
Okay.
All right, so we have two games different this week. The one was Thursday night, which Parker won.
No,
He picked-
Three
Three,
games.
because I have the Eagles.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you did pick the Eagles. So.
Are you
Why?
sorry?
Why do you think that's a?
The Eagles are not going to win this week, but okay.
I mean,
I mean,
Luke keeps
you sound
picking
like
them.
me, Owen.
No,
You
but
s-
I
Luke keeps
keep
picking
like
them.
look at the fight they've put up against the Bucks. Look at the fight they put up
Yeah.
against the Chiefs.
Well,
Like, I mean,
Right.
or the Bucks.
yeah, more the Bucks. But like,
They beat the Panthers.
yeah, like I honestly like.
True.
While they're not good, I feel like they've been keeping some difficult games close enough that when they're playing a team like the Raiders, who are good, but they're not like amazing or anything like the Bucks have shown, like there's a chance that if their defense continues
That's
to
fair.
step up, like they've got a solid chance to keep it a close game and potentially come out on top.
So 3 games different this week.
And if Jalen can actually play decent,
well,
Yeah,
obviously.
if he can
yeah.
actually throw the ball.
3 games different this week. 1 game already determined that Parker won. So we've got Eagles, Raiders different, and we've got Colts, 49ers.
somehow we have Bengals, Ravens the same.
Well,
I
yeah,
was
that one was
shocked.
Yeah.
I didn't know you would pick the Bengals.
I didn't know you would pick. Well, I've been picking the Bengals a lot. I thought they would beat the Packers. They lost in overtime, and I was really
No,
disappointed.
the Bengals
really
have
good.
definitely been like looking decent this year.
Yeah.
That's why I picked them. I feel like they were going to split their games with the Ravens because they play them
That's fair.
twice. So whatever team wins this week, I'm going to pick the opposite team next time. So,
That's your formula.
yes.
That's the secret, folks. If you want to pick as well as Parker, just do that. I'd like to introduce a new segment.
Okay.
It's a bit of a callback to last NBA season. I don't remember exactly how many months ago, but it's a callback to sometime
In the
in
past.
early 2021.
Okay.
Very early 2021, I believe. Luke discussing Joel Embiid. We were talking about the Sixers. Embiid was in the middle of his playoff run, or his MVP run, sorry. He should have won MVP. We had a whole campaign. Anyway, Embiid was playing specifically well this week, especially well on this specific week. And Luke, to describe his level of play, said Embiid's been looking really hot this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, Luke, who's been looking hot this week?
You know, I'm gonna take it right back to the Bengals and give it to my boy Joe Burrow.
There you go.
I mean,
Okay.
he threw for almost 300 yards this past week. He threw 3 touchdowns. His QB rating was 115. I mean, so it's not like he was like off the charts, but I think he's been really like he's been working well with the Bengals, and I think they're having an up and rising season.
Why did you think that why did Luke saying quarterback rating make you burst into laughter?
His QB rating was 115. He just threw that out there. It was great analysis.
I was reading stats.
All right.
Would you rather me just say
No.
like no
No,
stats?
I liked it. It was a twist, and I
You didn't expect quarterback rating to be one of the things that was thrown out there relating to Joe Burrow's hotness?
No.
That's fair. That's fair.
It was great.
Well,
I liked it.
So it's like an impressed laugh.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I think it's
Interesting.
it's been Joe Burrow, but I think it's been the whole Bengals as a team. Like, just the Bengals in general have been looking hot.
There you go.
Led by Mr. Joey Burrow.
You
That's
know
who's
who's
been
been
looking hot this
You
week.
know who's been good? Tyler Herro. He's back.
He has looked
He had a
good.
terrible last season.
He has looked good.
Is it Hero or is it Hero?
It's definitely Hero.
It's
Okay.
Hero.
I heard someone say Hero, and I'm like, that doesn't sound right.
Wait,
said
whoa,
Hero.
whoa.
I don't know, but I don't remember. It was
Definitely
I might have
not
been listening
Tyler
Def-
Herro.
No, it might have been listening to the radio or something like that. But
No,
What?
that's worse. A professional called him Hero?
I swear I said that. I swear I heard that. Maybe I
You
was just,
said it.
or maybe it was just because I was listening to it early in the morning. It was just kind of like
Tyler
maybe it didn't.
Herro.
Maybe it wasn't like
Early in the
Hero.
morning.
Maybe it was like Hero, but just like with an accent. I don't know. But
Yeah, no, definitely.
Hero.
It's
at
definitely
all.
Hero.
At all.
Yeah. I mean, his
Oh
name
my
is
word.
literally spelled Hero.
Well, yeah, that's what I
Hero
thought.
with
I
an
always
extra O.
said it Hero. I always saw it Hero.
I know.
And I'm just like,
The Gridiron Man.
it's a great name.
Mhm.
I love that name.
Sure. Yeah, Luke has the best team name in our fantasy league, Gridiron Man, and then Iron
Hey,
Man is
Parker's
his logo.
Peeps is pretty good.
It is. It's a solid classic, but Gridiron Man is like the cool new name in the league.
Wow.
Also, it's a smart name. Quick detour off
You're
of
saying Parker's
sports.
Peeps isn't smart? What?
It's been your name for like 4 years.
I am
man.
saying that.
Yeah, because it's an old. It won me the league last year. Like that's the smartest name ever. If you win the league with a name, you keep the name. It works. It's a proven. Owen, do you have a proven regime to win the league? No.
I changed my
Luke,
name
do
this
you have
year.
a proven regime to win the league? No. I have a proven regime to win the league.
I guess we'll see if you win the league.
Yeah, I'm.
If you win,
following
then-
in my footsteps.
If you
of
win,
last
then I got to
year.
change my name until I win and then keep it.
You do.
Yeah.
Sure. Quick detour off of sports. Parker, did you receive any School G messages about like being nominated for yearbook
Yes.
stuff? Okay, which categories did you get nominated
category.
for? One. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you get nominated for?
Most athletic.
Most athletic.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that was mine.
That was all right.
Yeah.
What? We have to send in a picture,
Yes.
right? Okay. All right. Well, this kind of messes it up because I'm confused by our school's voting system now.
Why?
Because I received the same message as you for
Uh-huh.
yearbook thing, but it was like male most likely to brighten your day. And so I asked that, and I was like, Parker and I are for sure going up against each other in this.
No,
and then
no.
I was going to make like a whole thing about that.
No, this isn't. This is like. This is
I
just.
know.
There's 3 people that
Yes.
are in the yearbook, like a picture.
Yeah, I know.
Like you don't go up against anybody.
You're the only one that got nominated
No,
for
no,
most
no. There's
athletic.
3 people.
That's what I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's why I assumed. I figured I wasn't the only one, so I was like, oh, I bet Parker also got most likely. How did I get most likely to brighten
Well,
your day?
you brighten my day all the time.
Yeah,
so.
but you brighten everybody's days.
No, not. I'm only there
No.
for 2 periods. I don't
Parker's
have
like
enough
the
time.
So am I. Luke, who brightens days more, me or Parker? No, I'm kidding.
Depends on my mood.
I would have.
Owen's hair brightens my day.
That kind of. Alright.
Same
That kind
with
of
Luke's,
ruined that because I was
because
gonna.
They're similar.
I was gonna hype up me versus Parker brightening your day, but there you go.
Owen is
Parker is
officially
just
the-
athletic. so.
The biggest brightener.
There.
The biggest brightener, most likely.
I
to
don't
brighten.
think that's a title that I want. Biggest brightener. That's a weird
Yeah.
way of phrasing that. Well, this has been a pretty good episode, guys. You think we should wrap it up, or like
I think
should
we have about a minute left or so.
A minute?
or so.
Yeah, we
That's
got
a pretty
1
tight
minute.
window. Do you guys think you can? What could we possibly do in 1 minute?
We
That's-
can
No.
That's really
discuss.
Marvel.
So I watched a couple hours worth of YouTube videos yesterday, and
I did not
now
have that
Whoa,
much
whoa, whoa,
time
whoa, whoa,
yesterday.
whoa, whoa! That don't let that cut into your minute. It's time for Marvel Minute. Parker and Luke each have 1 minute on the clock. I don't know who's starting. One of you,
Parker,
go.
take it away.
The Eternals is coming. I'm so excited. It's gonna be one of the best movies in the history of all movies. The reviews said it's like amazing standalone movie.
Oh my
Like
word.
if there was no MCU title on it, like it would still be a great movie. I'm so excited.
I've watched so much, like, just referring to what could be coming from the Eternals and what it could lead to. And, like, oh, I'm so excited for it to come out. It's going to be so good. I feel like even from the beginning, they've improved their standalone movies so much.
And there's such big names. Like the cast is absurd. And there's like 10 different Eternals. And each one of them has a different skill set and superpower. So there's going to be so much to learn and so much to see. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, like, the new standalone with Shang-Chi, like, that was such a good movie. Like, if they're even going to come close to that, like the Eternals is going to be so crazy good.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing, and their battle with the deviants, and half of it's gonna take place before Endgame, half of it's gonna take like in the like way before like BC, like at the beginning of the universe, and another half is gonna be right after Endgame. So I'm so excited.
And not only Eternals, which is going to be amazing, Spider-Man is coming too. It's Spider-Man is going to be. I'm so excited for Eternals, but I am like out of the roof excited for Spider-Man.
It gets through the roof, but
Hey,
Hey!
give me 2 seconds.
5 seconds,
time.
no, 5 second penalty.
Yeah, 5
you
second
get 5
penalty.
seconds to talk.
5 second
You
penalty.
get a minute and 5 seconds now,
Okay.
Parker.
So did you see how they
You
delayed?
need to start your time.
No, I'm 5 seconds.
No,
That doesn't count.
No, you take it to a minute and 5 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Like, you let it go to a minute and 5 seconds.
Did you see how they delayed 6 movies though in the future for like 2022 and everything? That was really disappointing. But Hulk is getting his standalone TV series.
Yeah, I saw that, and I really hope they do it well, and I think they will do it well, but they've really messed up Hulk in the past. And I know it hasn't been Marvel that did it, but, like, they have messed up Hulk in the past, so they need to do this very well.
Yeah, I need to watch all the Spider-Man movies, so let's do a movie marathon when we can.
You also need to watch the X-Men, because they are such entertaining movies, but you need to watch them in order.
Yeah, and I need to watch the Netflix series.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If They're the Eternals. That means they've been around forever.
No, they were created by the Celestials.
Yeah.
So they're not Eternals.
Like Ego.
If
Like
they,
Ego was a celestial.
Yes.
So they're not Eternals. Why are they called Eternals if they haven't been around forever? It's a dumb name.
That's what they were called in the comics.
Yeah.
That's like saying.
Don't call
why-
Stan Lee dumb.
Why is my
Are you
name-
kidding me?
Yeah.
This man, he is the late Stan Lee.
That's like.
You are like insulting a dead person. That's what you're doing. You're like,
Yeah.
you're dead. Ha, you suck.
That's
That's
like-
kind of what you're doing.
that's
right
like
now.
saying-
You're stomping on his grave.
So in conclusion, don't judge a person by how many dots they have on their skin. Also, follow us on all social media platforms.
And make sure you keep
That
an
has
eye out for
nothing
the
to do
next.
with anything we talked about.
It does though.
It
What?
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure you keep an eye out next couple weeks.
mean
We're
like
gonna have
moles?
a crazy special video.
I have dots.
And then
What?
this whole thing will be explained in next week's
Can
video.
I
touch
so make
it?
sure
Can
you
I
keep
touch
it.
it?
It
Yeah,
feels
go ahead.
like regular hair.
Oh my word, it's silky.
Make sure you keep an eye out.
Yup.
Episode 122. Adios, senores.
Bye, lizard gang.
What?